Hey crazy people, and welcome to issue 38 of Warhammer Imperium. It's a paint issue, but this paint issue is probably, you get a little bit extra with it, so let's crack it open and we can see what I'm talking about. So, for those people that obviously complain about the paint, we'll come on to that in a mo. But let's have a look. Now, we do get another battle mat, and we've got another dark grey one. We've got another light grey one. So I don't know if we're going to get another... light grey one, so that we obviously make a larger battlefield. It'd be nice if we did. What I will do is I will try and lay out all of these to show you the different battlefield configurations that you've got, because we've got two of the dark grey now, we've got one red, which is this one, and we've got three of the pale grey battlefields. So it wouldn't surprise me if we do get another pale grey battlefield. Anyhoo, in this issue, learn about Space Wolves, the Necron dynasties, fight and charge phase core rules. We get 2 paints, 1 texture tool with this issue. Adeptus Mechanicus, defeat and redemption. Now this is a black section B for AdMech background. Humiliation or defeat, redemption through victory. And then we have injury tables. Adeptus Mechanicus, defeat and redemption. When your Tech Priest Urgency and Tech Priest Dominus are next defeated, roll on the chart over leaf to determine an injury and an associated act of redemption. Use the boxes to the right to record an injury and redemption for the Tech Priest Engine Seer and Tech Priest Dominus. When you've successfully completed each redemption task, check the box. Right, here we go. So, depending on who they were injured by, you roll on these to get the injury and the redemption. So obviously characters, legions, outcasts and canoptic constructs. Background information on Ultramarines, missions and motivations. Command style and mission objectives. And okay, so after choosing a command style for each of your Ultramarine commanders, roll a d3 and select an appropriate objective for your commander. So there you go. We got info on Space Wolves, Emperor's Executioners. Now these garnered a reputation as the Emperor's Executioner, as they were used during the Crusade and at the start of the Horus Heresy to purge worlds. And in particular, we've the Horus Heresy box set, the Burning of Prospero. Yeah, the Space Wolves were sent in to deal with that chapter and their Primarch, the Thousand Sons Primarch. So yeah, info on Space Wolves. Basically Space Vikings, really. The Age of Imperium, an era of superstition. So this is red section A. Info on the Age of Darkness again. Rise of the Adeptus Sororitas. We've got a nice image of Saint Celestine there. And we've got some Black Templars down the bottom. Necron information for the red section. Dynasties, Mithric Dynasty. Nyalak Dynasty and the Nethrek Dynasty. Now, we have our texture paint, and then we have a texture tool. So it's telling you how to put it on, how to use the texture tool, and what looks good and what is too much. And then obviously you're putting this onto your miniatures so far. I doubt very much whether that single pot is going to do all the miniatures that you've had so far. Necron's rules, command protocols. So faction 2 for the green section. So these are all the protocols, or some of the protocols for Necrons, command protocols, and tutorials. It's got some information a bit about determining the order that you play your protocols in, and then command aura. More core rules, so charging over terrain, flying when charging, overwatch, and then into the fight phase. Charging, pile in, fight, make close combat attacks, blah blah blah. Right, running the gauntlet. This is Scout Mission 16. Xiphos' Bastion Primus is under attack. Necron forces have breached the city walls and launched an attack upon the fortress shield generator. Ultramarines reinforcements must break through the Necron lines, enter the fortress, and aid their Martian allies. The Necrons, under the watchful eye of the Overlord Commander, move to halt the Space Marines' progress, closing the jaws of a trap and hoping to annihilate the Ultramarines in one fell swoop. Necrons, Overlord, annihilate the foe. The Necron task is clear. Prevent the Space Marines from reaching their allies, closing in from both sides. The unflinching Necron phalanxes seek to close the gap in their lines and prevent their foes from breaking through. If any of the Space Marines reach their objective, the Necron ambush will have failed. Space Marines, Primaris Captain, breakthrough. Primaris Captain leads his best troops in an attempt to break the siege of Bastion Primus. In order to achieve victory, his forces must smash through Necron's positions, force a gap in the Xenos lines, and create a corridor through which his remaining warriors can reach the fortress and turn the tide of battle. So we're using a dark grey battle mat again. Refers to mission briefing. Right, battle for Xiphos is beginning to reach its climatic stages. Necron forces have reached the fortress moons. Primary Bastion. The Ultramarines must break through Necron lines and reach their Adeptus Mechanicus allies. Now, we are playing with Necrons, 1 Overlord, 10 Warriors, 5 Immortals, and 5 Flayed Ones. Space Marines, we've got 1 Captain, 1 Lieutenant, 5 Assault Intercessors, and the 3 Aggressors. Looks like we're playing with the Pipe set, the Hemotrape Reactor, and the full set of Ruins. So there you go. Now, it says here, battle mat. Right, new models, new paints, new scenery. We will be getting our Sisters of Battle, by the look of it, over the next 20 issues. So it says, included with this issue is a new battle mat depicting the war zone which your Necrons and the forces of the Imperium will battle over in issues 41 to 60 of Warhammer 40,000 Imperium. It looks like we may also get our Outrider squad with this as well. But we're going to get our Sisters, and it's 3 sprues to give us all the Sisters that come with the Sisters of Battle Combat Patrol. Minus, so you don't get the Rhino. So you get all the figures though. Now these are the figures that were included in the Army box launch when Sisters were redone in plastic. It gives you a little plan view of the battle mats, the 3 battle mats that go together here, which is cool. Shows you how to put them together and, you know, in what order. So you're going to have the issue 38 battle mat, issue 4 and issue 18. And the new war zone within this Ramesses combat arc is Alectia, by the look of it. And the next 2 issues we get 2 Catastron destroyers. So issue 39 and issue 40 we get a Catastron destroyer each. So there you go. Right, let's have a look at these paints. Now, I've not had either of these 2 paints, and I've not used a texture tool either. So that will be quite interesting. Right, the first thing I'm going to say is that although this looks like a metal tool, it's plastic. And there's quite a bit of flex in this, which I suppose is a good thing. It's warranted. But it does mean you're going to be limited. You know, you're not going to be able to dig into your texture paint and get a big blob, because when you dig in, it's just going to go like that. But yeah, plastic texture tool. So that's that. We've got Uriel Yellow, which is a really nice yellow actually. Now I haven't really, yellow's not a colour that I've bought. I've only got 1 pot of yellow, which is the Avalanche Sunset. I haven't really used it that much, you know, since I bought it about nearly 2 years ago now. I've probably only used it a few times. But yeah, that's a nice bright yellow. It's going to be interesting to see where we're going to be applying this within the miniatures. And then obviously the technical Astro Granite. This is probably something I'm not going to use, because I do tend to use PVA and sand for my bases. I do have a texture paint, and I must admit I only use texture paint if I'm doing an intricate base that has a lot of pre-molded detail, and then I'll use the texture paint to very carefully apply around that detail, so that I can then once it's dry, it'll obviously then get undercoated with a spray, and I'll paint over the top of it. But yeah, technical Astro Granite, Uriel Yellow, or Aerial Yellow, I suppose. I don't know how you would pronounce that. But those are what we get, along with this, and we get the extra battle mat as well, which is really nice. Anyhow, join me in the next few issues when they arrive, and in the next videos, and I will see you soon. Alright, take care.